10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Here we give you the real news, not the fake news like on other channels, and we'll post news that the other media just doesn't show you.
Well, that was for morning news, and it's not morning time.
Well, hey, it's morning somewhere.
Yeah, there we go. It's been so long since I've seen some of those. I was like, "What? I wonder what this one is."
Hey, we got, let me see. We got Grace. We got Dana. We even got someone else that I'm not seen before. San Diego 3576. I like the hat she got on. You know.
Hey, San Diego, how's it going?
The way it looks, we ain't got about 3 or 4 people up in here.
Okay, who's this?
Yeah, I don't know. Night. Where's she? Night 8-1. Darn. How far back did he go?
Lively Prepper. Hey, good to see you. Haven't seen you for a bit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Regina.
Hello, Miss Regina. It's been a while. Trying to wait a few minutes.
Hey, Vester.
Vester in here.
You're not new. Okay, what was your
handle before San Diego?
Yeah, because I don't remember San Diego right off.
I don't either. Hey, Vester.
Hey, conservative.
It's been a while since I've seen him.
Hey, what?
What's up, what?
Oh, okay, Sandy. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. And then, Grace, you wasn't supposed to say anything. I was testing Jeff out. It's Bubble Bibble. Night is Bubble Bibble.
Yeah. I knew what
it's the handle thing. I don't know why they did it this way. I don't mind because my handle was reserved before they came out with the handles. But for other people, you have to go back in and change your handles, and it's very hard to find your name.
I don't even remember the picture.
Same picture.
Do you remember seeing that picture?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, and I was trying to place the name because I remember the picture.
Damn, am I getting that old? Really?
I don't. Before we get started with the interesting alleged conspiracy stuff.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Oh, what happened here? There it goes. Well, that's weird. What is up with this? What is that? Open a new window?
I'd be hesitating about that one.
Copy link. What it? No, it's on StreamYard. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. See what happens.
Oh no! All right, folks. Catch you later.
Oh, that's interesting. You can move the window around now for StreamYard.
Oh, can you?
The chat, yeah. I don't know what the link thing is though, so I'm not clicking on that. I don't try to do links, but I mean that'd be. Oh, you can even open it in big format. Oh, that's interesting. I don't need to do that, but yeah.
All right, folks. Bushcraft got a new toy. We'll see him next week.
I wanted to go over. Not sure if anybody's seen it yet or not. Let me find it.
Grace, trust me on that one.
We went out and actually did a investigation with in my local area. There's a very old village. I'll call it a village. Well, that's what it's called, Roscoe Village. And I was trying to contact, ghosts and stuff. And I actually was in contact with one. She was actually answering my questions and stuff. But I'll go ahead and put a link to it if anybody wants to watch it after that. After it's on my Ghostcrafty channel. Very, very interesting stuff. And here in a couple days, I'll have the EVP stuff, so you can hear there some odd voices and stuff. We actually heard some voices, not in person, but on the recording part.
I'm sorry, man. I got to talk to my wife. It's something I can't bring up in here. I got to laughing.
Also, tomorrow I'll be interviewing a paranormal channel, and next Thursday is a big one. It's Ghost Sister. Used to be Ghost Sisters, but the other sisters don't have time for it. And they do some really big investigations and stuff. So it's going to be a good live. Yep, I got a haircut. The lady that cut my hair was like, "Are you sure you want to cut all this hair off? That's a lot of hair." And she said, "How long has it took you to grow this?" And I said, "Well, November." What? You got all that hair that long? I said, "Yeah." My hair grows fast.
Wait till you hit 60. You're gonna wish you kept all the hair you had cut.
Well, I was thinking about letting it grow out all the way again. So probably by November it would have been down to
Waist.
Yeah. But if you try to wear a hat and stuff, it's just annoying because I had to put it in the ponytail. Not a bun, a ponytail.
Yeah.
And then put the hat on and take the ponytail out. Yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think about the conspiracy? And I'm saying it on purpose because that's what it's categorized as, a conspiracy of chemtrails. Oddly enough, Kennedy Jr., dude, has is doing an investigation on it because he thinks there is truth in it. And it depends what the truth is, because there are different categories within chemtrails. You know, that there's some people say it's for population control. Some people it's weather. And some people say, you know, it's for farming, you know, to regulate the food, so to speak. So I want to know out of those three categories, and there's probably more, but out of those, because those are the top ones, which do you think is the most credible out of the three, or all of the above?
I will.
Well, how can he stop it? You know, somebody could be flying over Georgia and the wind takes the chemtrails over Florida. Is he going to go hunt down the plane that flew over Georgia? And how far up is considered, you know, your state? Is there a limit? Because I know there's like for flying drones, anything above 5,000 feet, you don't own anymore.
Really?
Some states, yeah. So they could hover drones over your house as long as it's over, and it's again different states. Some of it's 500 feet, from what I heard, is your property.
Stop me
Okay.
if you know where I'm fixing to go with this, because I don't want to hurt the channel.
Mm-hmm.
In Alaska, where they have, let's say, weather stations up there, it's CERN.
No, it's not CERN. It's I forget the name of the place.
CERT.
Somebody will bring it up in chat. If Lake was here, she knows it. She's done a video on it before.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
They are, this place, let's say, manipulates the weather.
Yeah.
And they are firing it back up.
Well, it never stopped.
Well, the way I got it today is, I mean, they fixing to really fire this thing up.
Yeah, they've been testing that since. Everybody thinks it's a new thing.
No.
Technically, it's been going on probably before the 80s. Or I'm not saying what they were doing, but the base or the company or whatever you want to call it. Allegedly. Allegedly.
I can't even say the name of the town that it's in.
Oh, it's not a town. It is a town.
Well, community.
They have, you know, housing and everything, allegedly, underground and stuff. Tunnels and the whole shebangs.
Why in that Sam heck would anyone want a tunnel under ice that has earthquakes up there every day?
Well, not so much there. That's what. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, I told you somebody would know what it is.
Lively prepper.
Yeah.
Check that out. NORAD.
Yeah.
But yeah, as bad as I've been hurting today, I can't come in here and sit down and type nothing up. So,
but the thing is,
Okay.
with let me see if I can find it. And the one of the things is various goals. It's all supposed to be for profit. Now I don't know what profit that would be, because one thing they say, weather control, allegedly weather control, is, we have to heat things and cool things, so utilities goes up, and that's how they make more profit that way. But is that what it is, or or is there another purpose we just don't know?
My utilities go up any higher, the fire's gonna get ticked off at me, because I'm gonna throw the main breaker and hook up the generator.
Probably cheaper.
Yeah, you well, I really don't want to find out, but I can tell
You got all
what,
them chickens. Get them all in a line and make a big wheel and make them run that thing.
You know what? That ain't no bad idea. I didn't think about that. All I need's what is the alternator off a vehicle, rewire it.
Oh, and another thing, and
Really?
Tammy posted about Del Monte. If, and I'm not telling people to go out and buy a bunch of this, because what happened in 2020, but in California, a year's supply of, and this is supposed to be country, I don't know how, but the year's supply of toilet paper was caught on fire in a warehouse in California. I don't know if you guys seen it. Somebody went in there and the whole shebang. It's like acres of a warehouse. It was stacked to the brim of toilet paper, and it went up in smoke.
Now imagine that.
The biggest. This is the only time they ever had a. They called it a 6, category 6 or something like that. That's the highest ranking for fire department. Nobody's ever been in California. They've never had one as big as the category 6 fire. There were 10 stations putting this thing out.
Seems like I remember somebody talking about that a while back ago. It
was yesterday. It happened yesterday.
A year's supply of toilet paper.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of jokes involved in this, but
Dixie, time to go to the store.
But I'm sitting there thinking about it. Toilet paper is expensive as it is. Imagine if, a year's back order of toilet paper for the country. That's a lot of
striking paper.
So I'm thinking, well, they're going to have to make that up somewhere. And there goes the price of toilet paper now.
Everybody better grow some extra corn.
Yeah.
Cattails. Man, no, I don't even want to think about it. What just popped in my mouth when I said cattails. Boy,
the cats wouldn't be very, very happy about that.
Especially when I let gas. Yeah.
Yeah, and
paper towels.
Now that I sat there and is looking at this, one of these ideas is that clouds are being seeded with electronical conduits type materials as part of a massive electromagnetic superweapon based on or around the company, the HAARP. And I say company, but it's a program, so to speak, a building or whatever you want to call it. But since you brought that up, it kind of ties into that. Now, what devices would what would be the purpose of putting or computerizing clouds, so to speak? What could you do with it?
Two things.
Well, a lot of things, but the main thing is
strike down your enemies.
Well, just controlling weather, allegedly, not saying that's what they're doing, but
slow down your personal gardens because you got and if you got no water in your wells, then that means you got to buy water. There is a lot of stuff going through.
Well, majority of our water doesn't come from the skies anymore. It comes from what's left in the ground.
Yeah. Hey, Josh. Good evening, sir.
Hey, Josh.
I mean,
yeah, if you ever wonder, like, you watch, and I know there's people in here that watch the weather, Josh, a lot. I don't know who that guy is. That everybody watches on YouTube about the weather.
I know who you're talking about. He ain't been right from my area since he started.
But what I'm getting at is you'll see clouds moving in like clouds are supposed to do, or fronts or whatever they call them. And then all of a sudden it's like somebody's playing a video game and they click a button and it turns into a big red danger area and tornadoes start forming out of it and stuff. Right. I remember a few years ago, me and 101 were talking, and he was talking about a storm coming in, or I told him there was a storm coming in. He says it's not supposed to be anything major or something like that. And then because I was watching it on my screen, and all of a sudden it was nice and clear, and then boom, this cloud out of nowhere, or front or whatever you want to call it, just came out of nowhere. And he's like, the skies are turning dark and stuff. And he said, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And he messaged me later saying it was a pretty bad storm.
They're down.
Yeah, that's it. That guy right there.
Ron Hall.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that storms don't go freaky out of nowhere, but when you're sitting there watching it on a computer screen that tracks it second by second, and you see something, or you see a cloud going through, and then all of a sudden there's a big hole in it. It's like somebody made the clouds move or something like that.
Parted the clouds, in other words.
Yeah, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah. Like parting water, not mentioning no verses or nothing.
Yeah.
But there has been many times I've watched radar, and over my area, it's like a great big circle. The clouds will go around, all the way around. Yeah. It will not hit me. And about 2 or 3 days later, a pop-up storm show up, and we get rain, but nobody else does.
I don't know when it was, probably last year or year before. I was driving and I was recording it, and it was like major pouring down. And then as soon as I got into this county, it was like sunshine and everything. It was, and we didn't get any rain at all, which is very odd, you know, for it to just miss a whole county.
Now,
I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but you know,
I'm about 10 minutes away from a major town. All right.
I lay.
It has poured down in town up there. The sun will be out here and it'd be dry. And I have seen times where I'm at right now, living at right now. I've seen it rain in the backyard and not a drop of water in the front yard.
Well, I remember, like out in Arizona, I don't remember any bad weather out there except for you have, what do they call it out west? It's like a dust storm, a monsoon, or they call it something else. I forget I think it's a
monsoon.
Well, they call it something. It's like a Mexican name or something, but every year it comes through, and we sometimes get rain and sometimes we get a big dust storm. But I hear people now saying that they're getting extra amounts of rain that never happened ever, and then all of a sudden, because Arizona don't get that much rain, and they'll say it flooding the canal or the roadways and stuff. It's like crazy.
What is it? It's out there in the desert where a lot of people will go hiking. Let's say like in the mountains out there.
Oh,
but,
you mean the ravines?
Yeah, but yet when it starts raining, they're out of there fast.
Oh yeah, because if it rains in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean it's like a mud river coming through with logs and rocks and everything else.
Or what do they call them in your neck of the woods? Gully washers, or
yeah, gully washers. Harvest, I have no idea what happened. I woke up this morning, it was 38 degrees. What happened to the 60?
You know why? You was bragging, oh, it's nice and warm down here. And 2 days ago, you were, because I was telling you about Thursday, I was going to put my ACs in the window.
Look,
because it was supposed to start warming up then.
You don't have to remind me.
Yeah, there'll be low spots where a dry riverbed goes, but they still have roads that go through it because it's hardly ever rains. But when it does, you don't go that way because in a split second it'll be dry, and then all of a sudden here comes this mountain of water coming down through there.
Well, now, back in the day, when I say back in the day, I'm talking like 5, 6 years old. I mean, you could look up at the trees, and if the leaves was belly up, it was going to rain.
Yeah.
Just like that. Or if you heard frogs, you know, within 3 days, it's going to rain. Now, the frogs, you hear frogs croaking, it's going to rain. But the leaves turning belly up, or the thunder hits, great big clouds, you know, forget it. It ain't going to rain like it used to.
Okay, Lake, your red flags are different than ours, evidently. Because West Lafayette, red flag days means it's yard sale day.
Uh-oh. I thought that was a blue light special.
Well, what day was it? I think it was Sunday. Either Sunday or Monday. We had all 4 seasons in 24 hours here in Ohio.
It was Monday because you was telling me about it.
Yeah, we had spring, summer, fall, and winter all in the same day.
Really?
Critical fire warning. Oh, okay.
Like our whole state is under a ban like that.
Ban.
And I remember last year, matter of fact, I think I recorded it off in the distance. You could see the smoke from a wildfire. And come to find out, that was about 50 miles from the house.
Well, here we have a lake or a lake next to the river when you come into Coshocton here. The lake is not, well, it's there now, but it's connected to the river. We're flooded.
Really?
You know, south of us, if I had to go down south to Zanesville and stuff, I have to take the long way because the roads are flooded. We've got so much rain in the last week or so that, well, even longer than that, we're still under a flood watch. Yeah, I bet you if I click the weather, it'll still say flood watch.
A harvest, wasn't that supposed to have been a controlled fire?
Ongoing flood warning, which is normal. Every spring we do this. Unfortunately, the rest of it from the end of April on to
about middle
September, we don't get any rain.
Oh, excuse me. S word, snow. I don't know what S word she's talking about. Snow.
The white flakes that fall down.
Oh, snow.
Yeah.
You know she's gonna kill me. Darn.
We went from flood watch to red flag. See that? How did it dry up so fast? You know, if that'd be like us going from the way we are now to next week being a flood watch.
Oh, y'all gonna get
for a burn ban.
Y'all gonna get about 2 foot of snow next week.
Better not. Like I said, I'm putting my ACs in tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Why don't they want, if it's wet out and stuff, why don't they want people burning stuff?
Exactly. That's why.
You know, is there haze already in the sky that they don't want it to be more, or are they going to put haze in the sky and don't want, say it? I don't know.
Well, look at it like this. Wasn't it a couple of years ago they was trying to pass a law, no wood burning, or you can't burn no wood? And
that's mainly New York stuff. The pizza places can't use wood.
Yeah.
For making their pizzas and stuff. We all had to go to gas and everything like that because of. I think that has a lot to do with
what's going on.
Allegedly, the chemtrail stuff. Because if they can, imagine if they take every way you can heat except for gas or electricity, you're stuck with that. There's you have no other way of heating your house.
Well, come on. Let's put it like this. And I'm going to say this as nice as I can. The government don't give two plug nickels about us. But when that money stops coming in, they're going to start caring.
Oh, they'll care about us because we pay their
them.
salary.
Yeah. Harvest, we saw a menu we've been thinking about fixing. It's called onion fritters. Looks good too. Fried onion.
There it went.
What happened? We get caught.
The food came up.
Oh darn! It did, didn't it?
It was at this time that we now talk about food. But in chat, I want to know what allegedly, because it's conspiracy evidently. Allegedly, what do you think chemtrails are supposed to do? Is it weather or population control?
I think it's like this. I think they're doing the trails now to mess with our gardens.
Well, that's food.
Yeah, that's what I seriously think, because they don't want people to eat, let's say, healthy anymore.
It has nothing to do with that.
Well, if you're not growing your own food, then you got to go buy the food. You got to buy their food. And
the thing is, if there's only one place to get food, whoever controls the food controls you.
People, right?
Yeah.
But grocery stores are going to start shutting down to, let's say, maybe one or two per square mile. I'm not sure. So therefore, a lot of people's going to be thinking about moving closer to save money. 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, if you notice, since 2020, before that, well, let's just take the vegetable aisle with canned vegetables. There used to be the whole aisle at Walmart was canned vegetables. It is condensed down to a quarter of the aisle now, to where it's just green beans, corn. It's a very small variety.
Yeah, it ain't like it was.
There's hardly any variety, and it's usually the 3 or 4 different kinds. And like right now, I only one place I can find is at Bueller's to buy hominy. Hominies. I thought hominy was pretty popular, but Walmart doesn't have it. No other stores have it. And we're 2026, and there's only one store that carries hominy. It's crazy, and that's just the tip of the iceberg with that stuff. There's hardly any variety now compared to what it used to be, and unless you want Mountain Dew, because they come out with a new Mountain Dew flavor every other day. Well, I don't have a Publix. I only have the one. Walmart, Aldi's, and Bueller's. That's it.
Oh, hang on. Phone call.
Yeah, to me, I think it was some kind of a chemical in the 70s, 80s, but now I think it's been modernized to where it can do the the weather, allegedly, Yeah, we don't have Lowe's it's not a grocery store here. It's 35 miles away. They just sell lumber stuff. Yeah, not here. They don't. The only place I can get it is Bueller's, which is the only place I buy soup too, because it's the only soup that isn't bioengineered. Campbell's, everybody knows about Campbell's now all of a sudden. Then Progressive and all that, it's all bioengineered now.
All right, I'm back. There is one type of Campbell's that is not like it, or it wasn't about 4 months ago when I looked, and I swear I cannot remember which one. But everything else is. It's got to the point now, me and Dixon, we have done homemade our cream of mushrooms, cream of chicken, and cream of celery, and by God, it tastes better than what you buy at the store.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Your own version of slap your mama. I made that. And it's about gone. Because over Easter, people found out I made it. Man, they went hog wild with that stuff. There's a bunch of spices I've made, copycat off of YouTube.
Yeah.
It just comes down to me and the wife, we really don't buy stuff like it no more. Not like we used to.
Well, I mean, just even look at all your crackers. Try to find crackers. And I'm just bringing it could be anything, but go through and look at all the crackers. Ritz, bioengineered. Yep. The little elf dudes, bioengineered. Same thing with cookies. You know how hard it is to find a cookie? I know we can make our own and all that, but I'm just putting an example of how hard it is to find things that doesn't have that stuff in it anymore. And, we're supposed to have a dude in the office that was going to make sure that all that stuff was going to go away, and we still have it. None of that stuff is cleared up yet. I'm not saying it won't, but you better get on the ball.
It's like I've said in the past. You're only voting for who tells the best lie. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about it. And you just cleared it up right there. He was supposed to have fixed it over a year ago. Stuff is still in our food. Yeah. And you
remember when and this was early 2021, it might have been in 2020, I don't know, but I was bringing up that, over in the Philippines and stuff, they were making it legal to have lab grown meat. And at the time it was chicken. Yeah. Hey, Eddie. And everybody's, oh no, it'll never make it here. And I'm like, in 2022, it'll be legal for them to sell it here, but they have to it has to be marked on the package that it's lab grown meat. And oh no, never happened. Well, they don't have to put it in saying on the package lab grown meat. You know where that label is? Bioengineered ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff that you get at the store can be lab grown meat. And as long as it has bioengineered ingredient in there, you don't know. Things that you get, like say the Campbell's chicken noodle soup. It could be lab grown meat. It could be corn. You don't know what it is because there's a big list of all the stuff that is in bioengineered ingredient, but they don't tell you which ingredient they're using.
Now, hang on. They have done started taking that off of cans because so many people were raising Cain about it, but they started putting symbols on the can saying that it's lab grown or bioengineered.
Yeah, they don't put they don't do the lab grown meat. They've got it under the category of bioengineered ingredient.
But it's a symbol now. It's not being printed on there like it was.
Oh, it's on there. I've done so much, but they do have a logo, but they do put, it's supposed to be written on there.
That was the word I was trying to think of. I got to get me some whipping cream, heavy whipping cream.
Make sure you make it yourself.
Well, that's the problem. Nobody will not sell stuff like that around here to outsiders because they scared it to get back to the wrong people that they're selling it.
Oh, well, I don't know if many people watch my community tab or what. I don't even know what it's called now, community post or whatever it is. I put a thing because I was trying to get a place to get raw milk. And I'm like, well, I live in a city. So I'm like, well, I have to go buy 10 different fast food restaurants, 20 different smoke shops, because everybody and their brother has a smoke shop in town now. And a bunch of coffee shops, that unhealthy coffee shops.
Of course.
And then I have to drive 50 miles to go get raw milk.
Done. See, there is places close by that's got it, but when you go to get it, we're out.
Well,
and you can see it in the corner.
Well, the thing is, you tell them, well, I don't want it for me. I want it for my pet.
Chicken. My chicken. What another?
Yeah. That's allegedly that's the legal way of doing it. Or like here, it's like a timeshare, which is very weird. I buy stock in a cow, and since I own it, I can have the milk.
Really?
Yeah. Now the place I want to do it at is you have to pay, I think she said $60 for the share of the cow and $40 deposit on the jars.
Damn.
So it comes out to, and then it's only $40 a month. So it comes out to, I get four gallons a month, which is $10 a gallon. But this is raw milk. And you get, well, a lot of people, oh, that's expensive. But how much milk is in whole milk that you get at the store? 4% is milk. The rest is water and the other chemicals they put in.
Between 5 and 7% real milk.
No, 4.
Oh, is
Whole
it
milk
4?
is, yeah, whole milk is 4%.
Damn.
Now, heavy cream and stuff is higher than that, but so I'm paying $10 a gallon. Well, I would be $10 a gallon for milk, raw milk, which I can in turn make a lot more gallons. I'm never going to drink that much, but main thing I want off of it is the cream to make butter and cheese and just drink the milk, because I'm not going to water it down. I'm just going to drink it the way it is.
Yeah.
And my gut's going to be a lot healthier than a person drinking milk from the grocery store.
You know,
$8.99, and it's probably pasteurized though, isn't it?
that's about right. Here.
Mine won't be pasteurized. It comes straight from the cow. It's filtered and everything. They run it through strainers and stuff and put it in a jar, and I pick the jar up and bring it home.
Shit, I'm gonna go buy a cow, period.
Well, they'll send me pictures of the cow and everything, because I own a percentage of the cow.
What, a hoof?
the main part where the milk comes from, I guess.
Well, I look at it like this: the hoofs is the main part of the cow. It's got to walk to eat the grass to make the milk.
I don't know. I've seen some videos of factories of do some research on, and I've talked about this before, where McDonald's gets its beef from. No, because it's impossible for
off the road
McDonald's to sell 6 million or some hamburgers a day. I think it's higher than that, actually. I forget what number it was.
They sell more hamburgers than there are of people that eat hamburger here in America. So is it that they are really selling that many, or is it that they're throwing tons of it away every night?
It doesn't. The question you should be answering is, where on earth do these cows come from? It's 6.5 million burgers a day in the United States, not world, United States. So if you figure that out, where are these cows? You would see cows on every road, on the sides of roads, like we used to see them. You hardly see cows in the countryside. You see them, but not as much as you would expect.
Hold up. Me and you both know where that extra meat's coming from, but we ain't allowed to say.
Well, there are theories about, there are factories, big buildings where they are allegedly being duplicated. I'll just leave it at that. And they don't even look like cows. They are hung in the air.
Yeah.
So your idea of cow's hooves, they don't have them.
Oh, I know.
They're basically a blob of meat until they are grown. Right. And this is just allegedly. This is just science fiction stuff, but makes you wonder.
Well, everything is a conspiracy theory until proven right.
Well, the definition of a conspiracy is 2 to 3 people breaking the law.
Yeah, like I said.
That's it.
Well, then, boy, I am definitely a conspiracist.
It's when you sit there and look at the numbers, and if you really get into it, like how much hamburgers can you get out of a cow, and then you multiply that by a year of all over the world McDonald's, it's impossible. There it's no way, because how long a cow isn't made in 24 hours. It's 2 to 3 years depending on the breed.
Well, the bad thing about it is people like us, we know the truth and we try to spread it to our families. They hear us, but they don't believe us. And turn around, or you can go pay them a visit to their house. If you look in trash can, you see fast food wrappers and stuff, and exactly, support your local farmers. But the main thing about it is, dude, there's something I've been craving here for a couple of months now.
A Big Mac?
No, believe it or not, a Arby's roast beef.
Yeah, it's supposed to be beef too.
Supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, McDonald's gets away with it. Other restaurants get away with it. It says made with 100% beef, but that's not all it's in it. You could have
it's got
that 10% of the hamburger is 100% beef. That's all they have to put on the sign saying 100% beef, because it's true. It has 100% beef in it, but it's all the fillers and all the other junk that they put in there, and or whatever else they put in there.
And roadkill they pick up on the way to the factory. But yeah, I'm thinking about starting to break in my 22 again.
Yeah, you see a lot of that. And technically, at those plants and stuff, you're allowed, and you'd be surprised how much percentage of things that are allowed in the meat that gets to your table and stuff, like cow poop. It's allowed so many percentage of that. And why is that allowed, a percentage of it?
See, that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was beating around the bush to say without saying it.
Well, I mean, why is it allowed though? I'm not saying that, they go and put a few hundred people in there, but why is it? It's bad enough that poop is allowed. Insects are allowed in your food. A small percentage.
Right.
And
just a small percentage.
Yeah, but that small percentage adds up after a while.
It all depends on how much money you've got and how deep in debt the inspector is.
Hey, Lily.
Hey, Lily. Been a while. But
yeah, but I mean, the fact that it's allowed, you would think if they took a sample and they found 1.1%, whatever.
Yeah.
Shut it down, clean it up, and find out where that's at. Where'd this part come from? If they can't find the part, then is this cow munching on something that we don't know?
Now, I can understand if it was hogs, But now, I
Yeah.
remember back in the early 80s, they shut a vat down. I cannot remember what it was or what state it was in. Somebody had fallen in and they got scalded pretty good. They shut that vat down and drained it.
Yeah.
And get in, wash it out. Now, if somebody falls in, keep it going. Make
Yeah.
it faster.
Well, I used to work at a place, a packaging place, and one of the lines we had was
I've heard the same thing, Tammy.
these little ice cream bits and stuff. And it ran through a thing, and it had a metal detector. It scanned for metal. If there was a certain percentage of metal in it, it would beep, 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 and we'd have to shut the line down and take all the stuff off the line and start a new batch.
Yeah.
Well, what I always wondered is there was a threshold, and that threshold was quite high. So if it was like a quarter of a penny that had to go through to set it off, but anything right below that was fine. I'm like, what? Why is it okay for some metal to go through, but it's too small, so they can swallow it. Okay. But now you see all these recalls and stuff because of foreign materials. So I'm wondering how big the threshold is now that all this stuff is being found in our food.
Now, Grace said as of January the 1st, there was 86.7 million heads of cattle. Now, that sounds about right, but you ain't gonna get that many hamburgers out of it.
Well, it takes 2 to 3 years for a cow to be ready.
I would say a little bit longer, maybe 5.
It depends on the breed. And
Well,
the thing is, this is just one restaurant that sells 6.5 million burgers a day. 6.5 million burgers a day in the United States. So you multiply that by, 365 days times, you got Burger King, you got Wendy's, you got all these other burger places. Where are all these dang cows? And look at now look at what Walmart sells in ground beef.
Oh God.
Where is this beef coming from? It makes you wonder. Now, everybody tonight's not going to have dinner.
Well, I hate to say this, I got to go buy a hamburger.
Well, I was going to get some here in a couple days anyway, because I was going to make tostadas. My version of tostadas.
I've probably had them, but I can't recall them.
It's the flat shell, and then you put stuff on top of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But usually people just smear the beans on there. I like to put beans and beef mix, and then the cheese and lettuce, tomato. And
you need to do a video to where you are refrying some beans, whether it be pork and beans, black beans, or whatever, and do a recipe out of it.
Refined beans?
Well, I know how to do it, but I've had in the last month or so people ask me, I couldn't find no refried beans in the store. And I look at it, well, make them. You can't
Easy.
make
They're the easy. Everybody does it. Well, I learned from a Mexican woman, so and she used lard. I rather use bacon grease, but if I had some good lard, I'd use that too, though. But that's how you start it. You know, well, you make your beans, and then you fry the beans and mush them up as you go. And you have your peppers in there too. You take the peppers out though.
Well, now I got something that a friend of mine got a copy. I've got about 5 or 6 different copies. Navajo fried bread.
Oh, Indian bread?
Yeah, a friend of mine made, and she said, "Hey, you like that bread?" And I said, "That's about some of the best bread I've tasted." Well, it's your recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to remember which recipe it was. But it was good. That's the first time I ate Navajo fried bread.
Oh yeah, that's good.
You're right, pig belly.
You can make it. You don't have to fry it. You can cook it right on the stone. Because that's the first time I had it. That's how it was cooked. She made it the exact same way. Instead of putting in grease, she put it right on the stone that was in the fire, and baked it that way. And put honey on it. Oh man!
Now, crazy question: is there a certain type of stone that you have to use? Or as long as it's flat.
Well, the thing is, and I get a kick out of some of these bushcraft people. I'm picking on bushcraft people now. They'll go down to a river and they'll get a rock and they'll cook a steak on that rock and stuff. And I'm like,
if you only knew.
Okay, let's see how many people out there know. If you take a rock from a river it's in the river and you put it on a hot fire, what happens?
It gets hot.
No, it gets more than hot. I bet you, if Lake's still in here, I bet you she knows.
I've not done one like it. I've not seen one done.
Don't do it.
Oh shit! Is it like taking a torch to concrete?
I don't know. I never done that. Oh, there we go.
It explodes. Okay.
Yep. It's because it's wet, and superheating a wet rock, that thing can explode and shards will come out at you and make your day very bad. Now, the way I was shown, it may freak people out, but she picked the rock up and put her tongue on it. She says, well, I don't know what she said. I only got the interpretation from my friend. She spoke whatever Indian it was. I forget what it was, and she put her tongue on there. She said, if it sticks, it doesn't have any moisture in it. And you put the rock, you start with the rock in when you start the fire. So it's not like you're putting a cold rock in the hot fire.
Dang, I'm not sticking my tongue on no river rock.
Why not?
You imagine what's in that river?
Well, and this was in Arizona, so there was hardly ever any water in them rivers because we was out in a desert area.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not full desert, but it was a reservation. It was in between Flagstaff and what was that? There's a song about it. Flatbed Ford, Winslow, Arizona.
Winslow. Look, I'll be back in a minute. I got to take a shot.
Okay. But yeah, and she did make the fry bed in grease. I don't know what the grease was or anything, but I do remember that. But it's the same method. You just throw it on the rock, and it cooks. And she goes up there and grabs it with her hand and flips it over. And she kept making those until she had a big old stack of it, and that's what we ate for a few days. And she lived in a really old trailer. At that time, it was really old. And me and my friend, we camped out in the tent. Yeah, they're nothing live out there. And anyway, the fire killed off any of that stuff. But that's how she did it, and that's what he said. He says if your tongue sticks to the rock, that means it's trying to pull the moisture out of you instead of the other way around. Uh-oh, Grace is singing. Who sung that song? How many people are singing it right now? Oh, that was fast. Eagles, yep. Take it easy. That's a good song, though. I love that song, especially because I was from Arizona. I actually went there. There is a bar there too that has said vehicle. At least when I was there, it did. That's one thing I always wanted to do. One day was drive Route 66 again. I did with my dad many moons ago because there was a carnival that would set up in each of the areas on Route 66. And we set up in these towns within the route because I remember, driving up and down that way. Yeah, as soon as you see the town on the sign, and there's right up there, close there is that big crater. I remember stopping there and running up and down the crater. I probably can't do that anymore. They probably got it blocked off or something. But back then, we could run all the way down to the bottom and go up to the top, and there was a lookout section up there somewhere that had all the information on plaques. Let me see. Yeah, I see it. Let me see if there's pictures for it. Oh, is it blocked off now? Holy moly. Well, you could probably sneak down around the side, but yeah, it looks like it's kind of blocked off. Huh. I remember running down there, and toward the top, you have to be careful because it all the rock is pushed up that way. I remember going to see in Idaho or South Dakota. I think it was South Dakota. It wasn't the. Okay, no problem. It wasn't the Mount Rushmore, but it was another guy doing. I think it was Geronimo. I don't think he ever finished that either. The carving out of the mountain, and I remember seeing that in the 80s. But I also was sitting there looking at the biggest government conspiracies. Now, I have 4 of them here, and I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Say the top 3 government conspiracies are. Meaning that's what the government being involved with them. And one of them has been coming to light here lately. So I'm kind of curious what you guys think. What would be the top 3 government conspiracies that are out there right now? Because I was thinking about talking about them, and I was like, I don't know if I can get away with it. Yeah, that's one. It's categorized as aliens right now. I thought that would be it. I thought that would be a number one thing, but it's not. You know, according to Google, which it's hard to say if that's true or not. Yeah, UFOs. No, that's not chemtrails. That wasn't it. I thought that would be it too. Atlas, no. Okay, think of 2020. Not the sickness thing that happened, but, and we're not allowed to talk about this, by the way. So if I see it, I'll just say, yeah. Wives and praying pants, no. Oh no. It's what Trump complained about and why he's fixing it now, making everybody get IDs and stuff. There you go, Eric. There's Eric. And very oddly enough, it's in your water, and it's not chlorine. Well, actually, do they still put it in your water? But those are the top 3. Blue lasers? No, that wasn't up there. Oh, Eric got another one. Look at that. He's on a ball. Yeah, those are supposedly the top 3 according to Google. The 4th one is deep in where you live. The toilet paper shortage, that might be a new one. No, it's not chlorine. It's what Eric said up here. Yeah, there it is. But if those are the popular ones, do you think they're doing a good job at hiding the other ones? Or are those meant to be the popular ones? So you don't think of the other ones. I've always said, you know, when something's going to get coming up or anything, and you know, the big talk right now is why Trump started stuff with Iran, why there's a war going on right now. It's because of certain files. You guys know what the files are, because that's all everybody talks about. That's why we're at war right now. But I kind of proven that not true, just because of the sheer fact that, you know, this thing with Trump, he's had this under wraps for probably since his first term. Yeah, and I never even would have thought evidently this stuff is used for allegedly population control. I don't know if that's a true thing or not. You could say the same thing about soybeans or soy being in everything. Yeah. I miss when Walmart was open 24 hours, because I love going to Walmart and going shopping at 3:00 in the morning, because there's no weirdos out that late except for me. You could. Yeah, it was. I mean, you could take your time, and you can, because you'd be surprised if you sit there and stop and turn a label around and start reading it. People get mad because you're holding up the line or something. I'm like, go around. I want to make sure I get what I want, not a bunch of crap, which it's hard not to now anyway. I mean, to me, it's the best time. And they're already restocking the shelves after a certain, after midnight, they start restocking the shelves. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Well, we were out walking earlier, and we was kind of talking about that all you see, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. It doesn't feel normal to me to see women driving men around. I don't know. I come from a different time or something. Men, or the younger guys nowadays, they don't even get their driver's license.
I'd like to know what 50s town you live in, not to be no weirdos out at 3 a.m.
We don't have that now, because Walmart closes 11 o'clock now.
Well, true. But back then, if you really wanted to say something, well, let me rephrase it. The Walmart that was in my town was about 2 miles from a college. So
Oh,
you
well,
saw,
that probably says a lot right there.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
boy.
I was a big Mountain Dew drinker too. Now I'm drinking Prego cream soda. I shouldn't be drinking that either.
I've had about 6 Mountain Dew since 2012.
Yeah, usually now if I go to a restaurant or something, I just drink root beer.
I do my best. In the bottle, glass bottle, cheer wine.
Oh yeah.
If I can't find that, I get water. You know,
Okay, I gotta see this.
and you can't find RC colas no more.
Oh, you can. It's not made the same. Evidently, it's one of the third worst sodas you can get now. Third or fourth. Yeah, because it's not made the same. I don't know what it is, but I was I was looking up this different sodas and stuff, and believe it or not, Mountain Dew is not number one, which I kind of iffy because I think of it as a soda, but the number one or the worst of the worst is Monster energy drinks.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, but I don't see that as pop. I think it is an energy drink, but it's under that category evidently. Yeah, I can't remember what was. Oh, Pepsi. Pepsi was worse than Coke, so I think it was worst was Monster, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Coke, and then RC.
Let me ask this right here.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
If a Coca-Cola can eat up a nail and a Pepsi can't, how is Pepsi worse than a Coke?
Whatever's in it.
That's what I'm saying. A Coca-Cola can eat a rusty nail all to pieces, but you put one in Pepsi, it don't eat it up nowhere like that.
I don't know. That's just what the thing said. I just seen a.
It sound like to me somebody had a bad day with Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I just seen a thing on here where this. I didn't know they. Well, I guess they did have them back then. I don't know. Anyways, this lady says she's only ever shopped at Dollar Tree for 20 years. That's the only place she's ever shopped. And there's 8 things that she would never buy again. I don't know what they are because I didn't go click on it, but imagine only shopping at Dollar Tree. It's the only place you get groceries and stuff.
She must live by herself.
I don't know. She looked like she was very happy in her picture, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, I could cook like a meal and stuff from the stuff in there, but
I could too.
Imagine the very small variety of stuff you have. It would get boring as heck after a while. You have to get real creative.
I used to. It's got to blur.
I mean, imagine, time to go shopping, and that all you do is get Dollar Tree stuff. Now, like we have a new Dollar Tree here that actually has freezers in the back where there are frozen tubes of hamburger and sausage and stuff like that, but still there's no produce, no fresh produce, I'll put it that way. They do have bread that looks like it would last through a nuclear storm, but I don't know. I could probably do it for a few days, but I don't see how I could do it for 20 years.
I can't either. Because there is no variety of stuff in there.
Yeah, not much. I mean, even though we got a bigger one, ooh, you have to eat a lot of ramen, a lot of canned food. No. I still have a couple videos I have to make before I start doing challenges and stuff. Actually, I don't know if anybody's done my challenge. I haven't even looked. The library challenge, Prepper Library. What is this one? Real outdoor living mentioned me.
I'm in the process. I got 2 left.
I don't even know who that is. I'll have to look. Oh, they just mentioned a whole slew of. Why me, though? I'll have to go watch that later and see what I got tagged in. Yeah, I mean, you could do it. They do have canned chicken in there and stuff like that, but it's like, if you didn't have any fresh meat and stuff, and you went down in your preps to make a meal, it could be done. But, it's a good thing I can garden because if all I could do is get stuff out of cans and bags and stuff out of Dollar Tree, that'd be horrible. Imagine if she went to a Walmart.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, the food.
That wasn't her bank account.
Never stepping in, only shopping at Dollar Tree for 20 years. I don't know. I didn't know Dollar Tree was around 20 years ago. I'm sure it was.
Actually, Dollar Tree.
How old is? Let's see. Oh, wow. Interesting. Huh.
Right, Manny?
Dollar Tree was founded in 1986.
Really?
Yeah, it opens its first 5 stores. Norfolk, Virginia. Oh, in Norfolk, Virginia. By Malcolm Brock, Doug Perry, and Raymond Compton. It was rebranded in 1993. Oh, its roots trace back to 1953 variety stores. Dang. And it stayed $1 until 2021 when it was raised to $1.25. Now it's $1.25 on up. I think they got stuff in there for like $10.
I have seen as high as 5, but I've not been in there since what, June or July of last year.
Yeah, we have ollies.
Yep, got that.
I would trade ollies in a heartbeat for big lots though.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, big lots. I miss big lots.
We still got a big lots down here.
Oh, do you? We don't hear.
A bunch of the people went in and bought it. They kept it the same name and everything.
Oh,
And reopened it. Fried and bacon grease. I might add that's what I made them. What do we
okay.
got?
Let's see.
Anything. Look, bacon is good fried in bacon grease.
Okay. Another North Carolina thing here.
Uh-oh.
How old is Family Dollar? 66 years old. First one to open in 1959.
Damn.
And in 1969, it expanded to 27 stores across 4 states.
My wife was working at Family Dollar when we met for the first
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that was what, 77, 78, somewhere along in there.
And in 2015, Family Dollar was acquired by Dollar Tree for $9 billion.
In what year?
2015.
Okay.
So I thought it was the other way around. I thought Family Dollar bought Dollar Tree, but other way around.
That's what I thought.
Let's see, Dollar General.
Really? Do you have to go there?
just because you was wanting to know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Dollar General has been in business for over 85 years.
My God.
It originated in 1939 in Kentucky, Scottsville, Kentucky, to be exact. J.L. Turner and Son. But in 1955, the first store, Dollar General store, opened. And in 1968, it became publicly traded company, you know, for stocks and all that stuff. Present time, it operates over 19,000 stores in 2023. Not very well, though.
I will tell you this. I've helped open or set up quite a few Dollar General and Family Dollars. Set them up. I'm talking about putting the racks and the shelves together and stacking them. And you had a week to do it in.
Well, maybe that's why you never swept the floors.
They had certain people go around sweep the floors. Nowadays, if you walk into a Dollar General, yeah, good luck getting out.
There's some of the dirtiest floors. I swear they don't get mopped, swept, or anything. We go into ours, and you're lucky you can walk down the aisles because there's always that cart of boxes in the aisle. And you have to, you know, squeeze around the corner.
Yeah.
Now but I can't blame the people because they have to run the cash register, and then they can hurry up and run back and put a couple boxes.
Yeah.
They have to run back up and check out people again.
Now, the 3 stores I know of, and this is fact because I've been there, they are clean. There is no boxes in the aisle or at the end of the aisle. Matter of fact, the one around the corner just went through a remod about a month or two ago, and they widened the aisles where 2 buggies can get down through there. And the girl, I call her Little Bit. I'm gonna tell you what, she stands about 3'8". Well, a little bit shorter than Lake there. But that girl busts her tail from the time I go in and harass her till I leave.
Did you read chat?
Eric, kiss my grits. Look,
Yeah, I can't really blame too many people for that because they're busy all the time, and I don't know if like they get an hour after closing to try to hurry up and get stuff out or something.
Yes, Harvest, we do have a roses, believe it or not. And I don't sweep or mop because I got arthritis. The mop handle don't fit my hands.
I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings, Stinky?
Let's don't go there. And the other one was up in Reedsville, which was a high volume store. That's the only store I know of that had 3 people working at all times from open to close.
I'm good. I got my gas mask on.
We was renovating the old mill, and I saw a sign. It said gas mask required past this area. So I stole it, took it home, and put it on the bathroom door.
Did you put it on the front of the door or when it's closed?
I put it on the front door so when you closed it, well, the bathroom stayed closed all the time anyway.
Well, how do you get in?
Turn the knob. Duh.
Well, you said it's closed. No, you should put it when you open the door and sit down, and then there's the sign like, oh no, I don't have a gas mask.
It'd be too late then.
That's the point.
Eric, trust me, you have no idea what I've been up to.
Okay, let me see here. See if there's anybody live at the moment. I don't know.
I hope everybody watching is alive.
No, live streaming.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Have you noticed everybody takes Monday and Wednesdays off to come over here and watch us?
But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. If you can, show up tomorrow. I'll be over on GHOSTCRAFTY.
I'm not coming.
I'll be interviewing. Hopefully, hate this, but I will be interviewing somebody tomorrow, and about his paranormal channel, and he's supposed to be involved in some kind of global paranormal stuff. So I'll have to see how that goes. One of one's probably married by now.
He must be at the Euphrates River if it's global.
But we will catch you guys later. I'm not sure about Friday. We'll have to see. Because I got a lot of gardening stuff I got to get going and actually have to start mowing grass again.
Man, hush. I got to push mow mine.
Well, that's why only thing I have is a push mower. I couldn't have anything else because I'm on a side of a hill, so it doesn't work. It'd be fun, but anyways, we will catch you guys later. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and we will catch you on the next one.
Out.
Peace.
Turkey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. YouTube, don't copyright this. I made it.